Yo, what's the word, fam? We got a sick one today. Let's get right into it. All right, we're going to be talking about how to Jedi Max, how to use the Force within to create your desired reality. Mwahaha. All right, fam. Yeah. So, how did I turn into? Kind of looks like I did some crack in the left side and turned into somebody who looks like he has some sort of health and desirable appearance. And yeah, we're going to get right into it. Firstly, stop believing the fucking lies. Fear is the only thing holding you back. Just like this picture says, fear does not prevent death, it prevents life. And ultimately, yes, there are objective truths. Some things are better for you than others. Organic food, raw milk, sunlight, those will all assist you. But the deeper truth is that acceptance is actually what sets us free. When you get caught in the good versus bad thinking, we risk falling into self-judgment, shame, superiority, and if we fail to meet the better standard, we suffer. And if we see others not meeting it, we judge. Either way, we lose peace. And true mastery is knowing what's optimal, but not being a prisoner to it. Ultimately, yes, guys, you're exactly where you need to be. And yeah, as we can see right here, this was in college on the left. This was after college. And then this is, let's say, the desirable appearance and dynamic in life. And ultimately, there's no fucking difference between the people in this picture. Except at some point, someone was more misguided than the other person. And he was excessively judging, shaming, and comparing and believing the false reality that there is only one way. And when he would try to create, he would fall into fear when he didn't optimize the correct way. So ultimately, yeah, this was in college. This was chained by societal scams and working a soul-crushing job and just depleting everything in my dynamic to be the least optimized version of myself. And then on the right, there was a little bit of optimization. But on a strategic level, what actually was the changes? Sunlight, a little bit of weight gain. I think I was chewing mastic gum in the thumbnail picture, the one before then. So, you got the jawline going, had a little bit of a beard. I personally like a haircut, a buzz cut. Do your thing if you like the long hair, vibe with it. And just ask the girl out. Take the fearful, not the fearful road, but do the thing that is fearful to you is what I meant to say. And more so, the depiction of this change is that the idea of energy and presence and fulfillment is what you're seeing in this moment. So ultimately, in reality, that's actually another lie, because the first person, or the one that was very depleted in the middle, was in a state of resistance because he thought he needed to become the second person. He thought he needed this dynamic. He thought he needed these changes. And the second person was embodying presence, because he thought he had it. He had the girl, he had the dynamic, he was in a beautiful location. But in reality, life is fleeting, because when you cling too hard to certain dynamics, we will only create more fear-based patterns. And what you see online is manipulated, but don't ignore the truth and use things for inspiration, but just remember the only truth is this moment. And the last thing I'll say is loving action is the way. Do not build a fear-based glass house waiting to crumble, and do not listen to these freaking clown bots, freaking Liver King, Andy Elliott, all these other guys freaking telling you there's only one way and you need to eat the raw liver, or you need to buy his course, whatever it is. Like, there is not only one way. And ultimately, these people are building glass houses that are inevitably going to crumble, because your body deteriorates, material possessions are fleeting. So listen to people like Eckhart Tolle, Alan Watts, who will actually create a sustainable mindset and balanced approach that you can actually move forward. And let me tell you why that's the case. Because let's say in this picture right here, well, you need to optimize, get sun, blah, 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 to be this optimized version. Sure, yes, that does not hurt, and that will, like I said, the strategic changes that actually made that will actually help you. But I'm going to tell you the reality that everything is fleeting. And when you're thinking in a state of you have it, when you lose it, you're falling back into this petty, baby-like state. So all these people, these Andy Elliots, these freaking people that are telling you the one way, ultimately, they don't show you what goes on behind closed doors. And that's a problem, because yeah, let's use this picture on the right as a depiction of the aligned version of myself and the figured out version. The reality is after this picture was taken, when I went back home to where I own my property, I was in such a state of shambles because I thought I attained it all. And then I'm back in this dynamic where the shifts and the triggers were coming back up, and I fell back into a state of suppression or fear. And in reality, who knows? I could become the middle person at some point. Who knows what could happen to me? And I unaligned so far that happens. But the way that you actually stay out of this middle point is employing forgiveness, because when you unalign and you judge, you fall back into more fear-based patterns and more unaligning mental states. So if you can embody a state of presence, okay, this happened, I'm going to take it with a grain of salt, I'm going to learn from it, and then you will sustain a frequency that is more likely to be able to adapt and align with that person that you want to become. So ultimately, guys, stop freaking believing these doo-doo bots that are freaking telling you what to do the only way. I'm telling you that this is my journey. As you can see, there was some alignment, but who knows what'll happen. And I'm not better than anybody. I'm sharing my experience. And do not believe people that are shaming you or telling you to guilt yourself into a specific change. Ultimately, you're exactly where you need to be. Let's get it, fam. Align with your fully divine version by accepting who you are in this moment. And with acceptance, you take action in a state of flow. Action in a state of flow creates consistent, small, incremental change that you can sustain for the long term. And that's how you will become the person that you want to become. Stop. The reason you want change so bad is you're in a state of fear right now. And you hate yourself, you hate your dynamic, you hate your body, blah, 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 blah. That's what you need to shift. Not the actual body, not the actual whatever it is. Because what you'll find when you have it, like you said, I thought I had the girl, thought I had this, that, blah, 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 blah. But it's all fleeting. Life is fleeting. It's how you handle the unalignments that matters. And that's how you will become the most embodied version of yourself. Peace, man.